Wildlife photography is one of the most rewarding things that you can do with a camera, but it's also one of the most frustrating because no matter how skilled you are, no matter how good your gear is, there are going to be plenty of moments where everything just falls apart. You miss the shot, the animal disappears, the lighting is terrible, your camera misses focus, and you are just left sitting there wondering, why is this so hard? Well, I did some scouring of the internet to figure out what are the 5 biggest frustrations of wildlife photographers. And today, I'm going to share my findings with you. But more importantly, I'm going to give you some tips for how you deal with them.
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark.
The first frustration, pretty simple and pretty obvious. You have no control. Wildlife doesn't show up when you want it to. It doesn't sit on a tree branch and pose perfectly for you. It doesn't wait for the ideal light. It doesn't come closer to you just because you want it to. You can do everything right. Scout the location, observe more and shoot less, dial in the perfect camera settings, get set up in the perfect shooting position, and still nothing happens. Or worse, the moment happens and you miss it. The lack of control is one of the hardest things to accept because in most types of photography, skill gives you consistency. But in wildlife photography, that's not always the case. Instead of trying to control the outcomes or change what you can't change, focus on the things you can control. Become better at understanding animal behavior. Sure, this won't guarantee you more great photos, but it will give you far better odds for capturing something truly special. Return to the same locations frequently. This will help you to learn and better understand the patterns and behaviors of your subjects, which again, will ultimately place you in a better position to have more opportunities to capture great photos. Prepare your camera settings in advance. A lot of your success in wildlife photography will depend on your ability to be prepared. Assess your shooting situation. Where is the light coming from? And based on that, where is the best shooting location? What direction is the wind coming from? Well, birds tend to take off into the wind. So try to position yourself so that the wind is at your back. So when those birds decide to take off, they're coming in your general direction. Set your camera settings based on the ambient light in the scene, based on what you expect to be photographing, right? Is your subject going to be flying or will they be static? Are your subjects bright? Maybe it's a white bird, or maybe they're made up of darker colors. Bottom line, in wildlife photography, preparation creates opportunity. Let's be completely honest. Our society in general has a huge issue with being patient. Most people want that instant gratification. And when it doesn't come, they give up. If you can't find a way to be patient, wildlife photography may not be for you. You can spend hours in the field and come home with nothing. You wake up early, you hike out, you sit and wait. It's cold, hot, poor weather, and the bugs are biting you. And nothing shows up. Or worse yet, something finally shows up, but it's too far away. It's blocked by some leaves. And poof, it's gone in seconds. And you go home with an empty memory card. That's tough because it can feel like wasted time. Wildlife photography takes patience and persistence. And if you're not willing to pursue those two qualities, then it's time to pick another genre. It's also a good idea to redefine what success actually looks like. Instead of measuring your success by photos, measure it by time spent observing your subjects. What you learned about an animal behavior through your observations, improving your awareness, improving your field skills, getting ethically closer to your subject without spooking them. And here's something that will really help a lot. Always give yourself a secondary goal. For example, practice tracking focus, work on composition, study light. That way, even if you don't get the shot, you're still improving. Everything around you is working against you. Bad lighting, harsh shadows, messy backgrounds, atmospheric conditions, subjects staying far away from you. You finally get your subject, your moment, and the shot doesn't work. This is where a lot of photographers get stuck because they wait for the perfect conditions, which rarely, if ever, happens. Instead of chasing those elusive, perfect conditions, learn to work with the imperfect ones. Change your shooting position and/or your shooting angle to improve the background. Use light in your favor. Don't try to fight it or even avoid it. Embrace weather for mood and storytelling. And one of the biggest skills you can develop is visualization, seeing the shot before it happens. That ability alone will separate you from the majority of photographers out there. This one can be a tough one to swallow. Who wants to spend hours out in the field with nothing to show for it? You miss shots you should have gotten. They're slightly out of focus. You used the wrong shutter speed. You way underexposed the image to the point where it's almost black. Your timing was off. You review your images and you think to yourself, I almost had it. And in wildlife photography, almost happens a lot. Your keeper rate is low, sometimes really low. This is where preparation and systems matter. You want to reduce decision-making in the actual moment. Pre-dial your settings before each action starts. Use consistent camera setups. Practice tracking and timing regularly. Repetition builds familiarity, instinct, and problem-solving skills. The more you shoot, the more automatic everything becomes. And those missed shots suddenly turn into keepers. Many wildlife photographers are influenced by the expectations of their peers, the pressures to do things the right way. Wildlife photography has changed. There's more awareness. There's more opinions, more scrutiny. Questions like, are you too close? Did you disturb the animal? How did you get that shot? How did you edit that photo? And sometimes, even when you did nothing wrong, people assume that you did. Those pressures can make you second guess everything. You need to define your own ethical lines, not based on likes or comments, not based on trends, but based on what you believe is right. However, there are a few things that everyone should adhere to. Respect distance. Avoid altering the animal's behavior. Prioritize the animal over the image. And truth be told, if you're doing things the right way, consistency will speak for itself. All of these frustrations point to one thing. Wildlife photography is hard. There's little to no control. There's no guarantees, no shortcuts, and that's exactly why it's so rewarding. Because when everything aligns and everything finally comes together, the light, the moment, the composition, you didn't just take a photo, you earned it. Which frustrations do you struggle with the most? And what's been the hardest part of your wildlife photography? Let me know in the comments. If you're looking for a powerful photo editor, I highly recommend that you check out DxO Photolab 9. This is the software that I personally use, and it's what I trust for all of my wildlife photography editing, especially because of their industry-leading noise reduction and their AI masking tools. It just makes editing faster, more precise, and more consistent. If you'd like to give it a try for yourself, use the link in the description. And if you decide you want to purchase it, use my code MAGNOLIA at the time of checkout. This will save you 15% off. You can also download a free 30-day trial and test everything out firsthand with absolutely no restrictions. And if you want to really learn how to get the most out of Photolab, well, check out my DxO Photolab Masterclass at magnoliaphotographysc.com/store. In this course, I walk you through everything from noise reduction and sharpening to using AI masks. This course even includes some freebies too, including my preset collection for wildlife, portraits, nature, and landscapes. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I do deeply appreciate this, but before you go, you might want to check out this next video right here.